Whoa.
Oh, you stopped that too soon.
I did? Oh, shoot. I didn't know I switched it over. Hey, what's going on, everybody?
What's going on? Welcome to the first Victory Monday of the 2024
Let's
NFL season.
go.
Your Minnesota Vikings knock off the Giants 28-6 on the road. Start out 1-0 within a three-team tie for first place in the NFC North after Week 1. I mean, as we talked about leading into this game last week, this game just felt important because if you go into New York and you lose to a really, really bad Giants team, then you go into these next games against San Francisco, Houston, Green Bay, going into London against the Jets, and you feel like you're probably feeling like you might find a way to win one of those games. But now you start off with a win against the Giants. You see what this team can be when everything's clicking or on all cylinders. Yes, it was only the Giants, but if we can see more of this all season long, I think it's going to be a very fun season. Much better than people anticipated. Again, only 1 week, and yes, it was the Giants, but you have to feel good after a win like this.
Yeah. First off, let me do some shout outs here because we got Russell in here right away. Rolling, baby. Let's go. Dude, we're feeling good. We're feeling good. It was like like Casey was kind of saying, it was like we're going to come in here and either we were going to be like, this season's over or
Super Bowl.
Anything can happen. Super Bowl. Yeah, Super Bowl. But no, for real though, like anything, who knows now? Who knows though? We'll get into it. We'll get into it a little bit more here. But Russell in the building. What's going on, my guy? Dan Henneman, my guy. Skol, everyone, important win yesterday. Have to beat bad teams. Dude, definitely.
For sure.
And now we got a stretch ahead of us. So we get some good teams and we get to really see what we're made out of right away. But beating the Giants that way, the ass whooping we laid on them, that's a great start. That's a great start. This is a funny one. Kirk would have won that game yesterday. I don't know, not the way Kirk played yesterday, but no, you're right. The defense, 6 points. 6 points. That's it. That's all. It's the Giants. Yeah, we knew, but still 6 points. Great. Good stuff. Skol for life, Barber. My dude, Skol to all two-toned in the building. Hey, guys, what's up? What's up? I was actually impressed with the offensive line. Yeah, dude, definitely for the most part. Obviously, yeah, we'll get into some players that were a little suspect, definitely because of a defensive player named Dexter Lawrence. Oh, Amanda Omens. What's going on, Amanda? Welcome in. Welcome in. Roger, Skol, all in the building. Let's go. Hey, Skol Mafia. Hey, as soon as I see Skol Mafia, every single time, the first thing that pops in my head is Skol Fest, which is this weekend, this Saturday at Corner Bar, September 14th. It's time. It's time. We got the day. It's here this weekend, Saturday, 49ers. We can feel a lot better going into this weekend, I think. I'm super pumped about it, actually. Like obviously we're all super pumped about Skol Fest anyways, but knowing now that I feel like we can be a little bit optimistic going into this game and at least feeling like we have a chance. And I don't know what's going on with Christian McCaffrey, but it does sound like he's not playing tonight. So if he doesn't play next week, hey, I think that's an automatic dub for us going over there. Dylan, what's up? I think one major thing we can take away from this game is offensive line play. I did not exactly like the Giants. Expect the Giants D-line to be neutralized like that. Yeah. Other than one player.
Right. And it wasn't even like, and he wasn't like,
let's go.
I think early on he was causing a lot of issues, but it did seem like they kept him relatively in check as the game went on. So
yeah.
Love to see it.
And we'll get into all that. I'll be there Saturday morning. All right. We'll be here. I fly in Thursday night. Actually, yeah, Thursday night in Skol. Okay. So because Skol Mafia, you came Saturday last year, right? Or did you come Friday evening? But if you be there Friday morning, because I know we're going to get together and go to the VWO party or whatever, I believe. Two-Tone, you're going there too? Let's go. That's what we're talking about here. I will see you, the barber. We can meet up. Yes, let's go. Dude. Yeah, I think we're going to do something Friday for the party thing. And then we got, obviously, Skol Fest. I'll be at Skol Fest an hour early. So if anyone wants to roll by early, we got a videographer coming in to try to film this thing because I don't know where it's going to go, but I feel like we're about to blow the roof off this motherfucker, if you know what I'm saying. Anyways, let's get into the show here. So we're doing something a little bit different.
As you could probably tell by the layout change a little bit.
Yeah, that you can tell by some of the layouts here, actually, and I'm missing the right away here. So we got the initial thoughts. Obviously, Vikings, Giants. Vikings win 28-6. I actually did want to bring up some other stuff. I want to dive into the stats really quick before really diving into the show here. So I'm going to bring up What did I do with it? Hold on one second here. I guess I'll just do this one. So I'm gonna bring up the actual stats from the game here, just to take a quick peek at what we saw here. Just run through it real quick. Sam Darnold, 19 for 24, 208 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception that I don't really put on him completely. Actually, I mean, really not, right? Dexter Lawrence blew it up.
I would say you'd put the interception on the people we'll talk about in a little bit here.
Yeah. Yeah. Very soon here. And then just keep going down the list here. Aaron Jones, 19 carries, 94 yards, a touchdown, monster, beast. Everything is advertised. Everything we saw Aaron Jones do for Green Bay, even before he was on our team, Aaron Jones was like that player, was like, if there's one player on that team I'm worried about, it's him. This year, I feel like it's what's a receiver's name? Jalen Reed. Jalen Reed's kind of like that guy this year, but hey, maybe we'll see Jalen Reed on the Vikings someday. Aaron Jones, like I said, 1494. Ty Chandler, 8 carries, 17 yards. Justin Jefferson, 4 receptions, 59 yards, 1 touchdown. Obviously, we didn't have to do a lot of throwing in the fourth quarter. Jordan Addison, 3 receptions, 35 yards. It sounds like his ankle is pretty sore. I don't think he has anything long-term, but I do think there's a good chance he doesn't make it for this next weekend, which does suck because I'm a huge fan of his and we'll miss him on Skol Fest weekend. Keep going down here. Interceptions, obviously, Andrew Van Ginkel, Harrison Smith. I mean, we're going to be talking about those guys in a bit here. Byron Murphy, seven tackles, 8 total tackles. Ivan Smith Jr., 6 tackles. Stephon Gilmore, 4. I mean, Stephon Gilmore played really good. Dallas Turner, sack. Jonathan Bullard, they give him a sack? Oh, tackle for a loss. Okay. Dallas Turner, sack. Andrew Van Ginkel, sack. Harrison Phillips, sack. Patrick Jones, 2 sacks. Beast. But I'm going to also kind of go through some PFF here real quick as well, if anybody hasn't been able to hear about that or check it out, because it is pretty interesting, I thought. Starting with the offense here. Let's jump into it. One kind of surprising, which, I mean, it makes sense. Like everyone's talking about, our offensive line did pretty good this week. One guy, Blake Brandel, who obviously seemed like an obvious KOC guy going into this offseason. They ended up giving him, how much was that deal? Like $7 million or something like that a year?
It was substantial for being a guy who never really had a lot of starting experience.
Right. So. And he comes in here and has the highest offensive grade on our team after a performance where we were just, eating up the Giants defense. But Blake Brandel, 91.1, Aaron Jones, 90.89, Brian O'Neill, 85.9, Christian Darrisaw, 79.9. See these guys down here, the receivers. And then going from the bottom, you got Brandon Powell's at the bottom, 55. Ed Ingram, Garrett Bradbury, those are 2 that we're talking about. And then CJ, 40.2, which is unfortunate. My boy with the fumble earlier on, which you don't see that a lot from him, but Munt with the 39.2. And then just going in on the defensive side real quick, you got 90.6 for Andrew Van Ginkel, Harrison Smith, 90.4, Ivan Pace Jr., 82.2, beast. Harrison Phillips, 80.3. Josh Metellus, 80.2. From the bottom up, Dallas Turner at the bottom, which is interesting. 3 sacks combined. That's why, I mean, I like PFF, but I do understand why some people are a little wary about it sometimes. And I do agree, because you get 3 sacks between these 2 players and they're sitting at the bottom here.
But I think it's also the fact that they, like, in this defense, the linebackers do have to drop into coverage, and they do and they do obviously factor in the coverage grade in there.
Speaking about that,
because if you take out the 33 for Pat Jones and the 45 for Turner, those overall grades are probably looking a lot better.
Yeah. Definitely. But speaking of that, and the Shaquille Griffin, 54.2, 58.4 to Taki. But no, speaking about that 95.9 coverage grade by Andrew Van Ginkel is number 1 in coverage this past weekend. So what a stud.
Well, and that's the reason you bring him in. He's a Brian Flores guy. He knows how to operate in a Brian Flores defense. That's the reason you bring him here. And he showed everything you want to see out of a big time signing like that. So
facts. I'm
going to be very happy after that first game for sure.
Dude, 100%. What else we got here? Sorry, I wasn't. Hey, Gary in the building. What up, my guy?
We got
Skol
Darren,
Fest, baby. Skol Fest.
We got Darren, our buddy, who was behind enemy lines yesterday at the Giants game. got to do the Skol chant with the Vikings fans that were there in a very empty stadium when it came to Giants fans. Love to see that. You always love to see that. What you don't love to see is the fact that a lot of those fans, when they left, they hung out outside and waited for Daniel Jones to get back.
Dude, I did not.
Walk
That's
his car.
brutal.
Come on. Yes, Daniel Jones is not very good, but that's a little bit.
That was weird. I felt bad. I felt bad. Yeah, for sure on that one.
Darren, I hope you had a great time. Obviously, your good luck. Get to as many games as you can.
Yeah, including next weekend at Skol / 49ers butt whooping. But continuing on here. Oh, hey, Adam. What's
going on with your running backs, man? What's going on there?
Yeah, that's tough. I know Adam's getting ready for the 49ers game in here.
Yeah, no McCaffrey.
What was I going to say? Oh, obviously, another show. We mentioned Jordan Addison. I got another Jordan Addison rookie card here. What is
both ankles look good in that one.
This one's cool. Yeah, ankles looking good. They're not even showing them at all. But get the hashtag Skols in the comments, giving this away at the end of the show. Y'all know how we do here. This is a pretty cool card, actually. So get the hashtag Skols, like the video, and subscribe if you haven't already. We got a good show for you guys. We're going to do all types of crazy shit in here, and it's probably going to be a little clunky, but that's all right. We're just going to do our best, but get those hashtag Skols here, like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's jump into it. We got 3 winners, our top 3 winners. Honestly, in a game like this, we only had 1 down overall in this game. I mean, you could have maybe picked on a couple players, but great game. I mean, if you go into here and you can't think of more than just 1 down, then you're looking good here. So let's jump in. Boom. Let's grab that. Starting with
numero uno. The big offseason edition quarterback, Sam Darnold. A lot of people, I mean, and even after the game, it's funny. Like I was reading the ESPN article and they were talking about the Giants losing that game. It's like, what's worse is you lost the game to Sam Darnold and the Minnesota Vikings. Like, I think it's time to start putting some respect on Sam Darnold's name, right? Like,
yeah,
we all had a feeling that him coming out in this Kevin O'Connell offense, and he said it himself, all he had to do was operate, be efficient, and distribute the football. And that is exactly what Sam Darnold did. 19 of 24, 208 yards, 2 touchdowns, the 1 interception, which we don't necessarily put on him.
Yeah.
And he did just that. He was efficient. He made the right reads. He made the right throws, and then he took a couple chances. There's probably 2 or 3 passes that I know he had one deep ball to Jefferson that had he thrown it a second or 2 earlier, probably would have been caught. So he did have a couple, missed time throws, but I mean, only 5 incompletions. It's just this is the week 1 performance we needed to see out of Sam Darnold against an inferior team to build the confidence in himself, and B, for the fan base to be like, maybe Sam Darnold can have that type of season that's going to turn his career around with this team, with this offense. And it really makes you feel like we know we have the right coach here as well. The thing I really like, Kevin O'Connell, even on that the drive with the interception, he was aggressive. He was throwing the ball, even though you're up by multiple scores in the second half. I think Sam Darnold's going to be a really, really good fit for this team, and this is such a great way to start. Super, super pumped with how Sam Darnold played. Looked confident out there, navigated the pocket well, made all the throws. Applause to Sam Darnold. What a game.
Let's go, dude. No, man. I mean, you hit it all right on the button. I mean, we went into this game and we talked about it all last week in all our videos, all our live streams, how important this game was going to be for the rest of the season, not just this season, but the rest of the season for the Vikings, but specifically Sam Darnold, because we've heard all this talk with Kevin O'Connell coming in and saying like, we think he still has a chance. This is the best team he's ever played with. I think we all heard about that. Does that mean he's going to come in and actually live up to it? It doesn't happen often. The only like people say Baker Mayfield, it's Baker Mayfield had a good rookie season. He had a good sophomore season. So it's not really fair comparison, but I do think Geno Smith and Alex Smith is a great example of the type of success of that happening. But other than that, you can't really think of a lot of players. So for Sam Darnold to come in and do what he did was just massive. Because that's what we mentioned. If he came in and he played bad or whatever, and we have this big stretch coming up with the 49ers, with the Texans, with Green Bay, that doesn't seem as difficult anymore with Malik Willis, assuming he's going to be starting when that game happens. And I feel like we'll definitely be leaning towards the W at this point. But with all those difficult games up, if he would have played bad, if this team would have played bad, this season would have felt it would have felt bad right off the beginning, worse than last year. But it was on the opposite side. If Sam Darnold played out of his mind, or not even, if Sam Darnold just played a really good game and we whooped on the Giants, then it's like the possibilities are endless because we feel like we have enough talent outside of the quarterback position before this last week that I think if you put like a top 10 quarterback on this roster, I think you're a contender. And that's how difficult it was. If Sam Darnold's going to make mistakes, it's going to be a long season. If he looks really good and can be smart with the football, I mean, the possibilities are endless. And, we got the ladder here and now we just don't even know what's possible because if Sam Darnold can keep playing like that and just play mistake free, I mean, we could go next week and beat the 49ers even. So I'm super pumped about that. And then just one other thing is just JJ McCarthy in general. I know obviously heartbreaking with everything that happened to him, but with how Sam Darnold played, like I was assuming Sam Darnold probably would have gotten the week 1 start. And if he would have played like this, like he did, JJ McCarthy wouldn't be getting in any playing time anytime soon. And at this point, it's only week 1. There's a lot of tough games ahead. These next 3 games will be a lot of very, very telling in Sam Darnold, but there's a real possibility that JJ McCarthy wasn't going to get on the field anyways. So I do think that's something to keep in mind. And it does make you feel a little bit better off, honestly, without having JJ McCarthy thinking like, okay, like maybe this is just the Sam Darnold year. This is going to be the Case Keenum year. That type of season where a guy comes in and just balls out. So we'll kind of see what happens there, but we'll even talk about him a little bit more later. What do we got in here? Hey, rap, Papa Gary and Adam Broski. Let's go. Skol Fest week. Let's do it. Bill Hicks, welcome in. In.
I don't think we've seen you in here before. So welcome. Thanks for joining.
Sam looked a little choked up getting the game ball yesterday. He's got it, dude. Imagine being a 3rd overall pick, having all this pressure on your shoulders. I'm covering my face. All this pressure on your shoulders and stuff, and being doubted and everything. And I mean, he's probably had moments like Daniel Jones did yesterday when people were booing him. And for him to come in here and literally, I mean, even us and me included, we were team JJ McCarthy. We looked at Sam Darnold as just a placeholder, and Sam Darnold probably heard all that noise. There's no way he didn't. And with JJ McCarthy down and Sam Darnold shows up that like, hey, I can be this guy. Man, it's Sam Darnold season now.
Right.
I mean, at least one more week for sure.
Right. And just the good things that just the 2 throws of Justin Jefferson just shows you that Darnold has what it takes. The deep shot and then just that touchdown pass, which was put in a perfect spot. And Kevin O'Connell called an excellent play. It's fantastic from Sam Darnold, man. Happy to see it.
Let's go. GGS suggests we have Adam call in, talk smack about the game, about this game. Hey, maybe at the end. Let's keep rolling though, so that's our first win of this game. Next, I'll let Casey take this one over here, but Aaron Jones, man.
Yeah, so Aaron Jones, 14 carries, 94 yards. He did have the one touchdown. I thought me and my family were watching the game together. We thought it was weird that they had him out there still in the 4th quarter. But then that all got down to Kevin O'Connell, who said after the game, all he wanted to do is get Aaron Jones 100 yards. So that was pretty cool for the coach to put a guy out there for some personal.
Zimmer wouldn't do that.
For some for some personal achievements. But yeah, I mean, obviously Aaron Jones, we all know the former Packer. I mean, the way that he still has something left in the tank is that when the Packers let him go and he came here, every Packers fan in Packer Nation was pissed off about it. So, but this is the Aaron Jones that we saw so many times do these things against us. And I think I saw Alec Lewis, who said that he took one run, he got hit, probably after a 4-yard gain and stretched it into an 8-yard gain and got a first down. He said these are the things that make that really help a good offense become great. A good running game that can produce when it looks like there's nothing there. And that's what Aaron Jones has. I know we talked about it going into this game in our preview video, that we thought Aaron Jones' elusiveness would show up right away. And it did this first game. This is everything this is what this team needed last year. We didn't have a consistent running game. And Aaron Jones, as long as he can stay healthy and on the field, he's going to bring that. Ty Chandler, yes, the stat, 8 carries, 17 yards, but he also had a couple nice runs in there. But Jones looks healthy. He looks fast. And I'm just excited just to see him keep growing in this offense.
Dude, it brings such a huge element to this team. And it just shows you, Obviously we know with Delvin Cook, a lot of us, not Casey actually, we're feeling like a little mixed about whether Delvin Cook still had it after we released him. Obviously at this point, he's practice squad for the Cowboys with Zeke being the lead running back there, who's even older than Delvin Cook, I believe. So, I mean, he kind of went down pretty quick here, and Aaron Jones isn't much younger than him. So it was interesting to see what happened with his age, but he's bringing it in. And watching Delvin Cook that year, it was obvious now looking back, and with Alexander Mattison, what we were missing. And Aaron Jones just shows that, man. And watching, it's so weird watching a player that I always respected it. Like I said earlier in the show, I've always he was like the one player on that team. Like, okay, like I like Aaron Jones, even though you're a Packer, and he just was so good. And he always destroyed us every single time. And then having him on your team, you can just see what makes him so special. His vision, finding the holes, being able to just like make these little cuts through these holes, and not even just that, just underrated. I never looked at Aaron Jones, especially since he had Jamal Williams as like the other running back, but looking like as kind of a power back type of dude, but he does not go down easy. And like you said, towards that end of the game when he was trying to get the 100 yards, I mean, he was just mowing people over. Everybody and their moms knew that he was going to be running the ball, and he still was just eating up yards. I think he would one more attempt, and he's getting those last 6 yards to break over that 100, but brings just another element to the point of like, you could probably, he's someone that, you kind of like what we saw with Ty Chandler. We were kind of switching drives with them, and you don't really see him be like that complete workhorse, but he has the talent where you could just have a team based around his skill set, I think. But luckily for us, like we don't even have to do that. He just complements everything that we do here. And it showed significantly, specifically for sure on one play that we're going to get into not too much longer than here. But yeah, dude, Aaron Jones, stud. As long as he's healthy, I just can't see this offense slowing down. Honestly, you don't want Sam Darnold to make mistakes, but if you got Justin Jefferson and Aaron Jones on the same team, yeah, watch out. Watch out. But keeping on moving here. So we're going to go with our first down player. I guess before going on that, I don't know if you have anything else to say about the offense. Justin Jefferson, obviously, doing Justin Jefferson things. He got 50 something yards. He didn't get too many, but we were winning most of the games. We started running the ball a lot, not throwing a lot. Still had a really nice contested touchdown. Jalen Naylor had a touchdown. People were talking about the offensive line, and we'll get into them a second, but tight ends, it looked like Oliver's kind of going to be that guy for us and going to be that number one tight end, especially in the receiving game specifically. And we've seen all those things. So I didn't know if you wanted to touch up on any other positions on that offense before we go into offensive line, which is something we definitely got to do.
Right. And I mean, and we'll talk about that, but overall, and I saw a lot of people talking about overall offensive line play. Sam Darnold was sacked one time. So overall, and again, they don't, and they have Kevon Thibodeau, they had Brian Burns, and then they had Dexter Lawrence in the middle. And for Sam Darnold to only get sacked one time on 24 dropbacks, that's pretty great. Oh my goodness, we got a 1999 dono from Gary. Thank you so much, Gary. We appreciate that, my man.
No, Gary, thank you, bro. Thank you, man. Dude, I can't wait. Gary. This is less than a week. Like what, 5 days? We're all gonna be together. And yeah, we're going to be tearing shit up. So thanks, man. Appreciate it big time.
We really appreciate that. But yes, I mean, Sam Darnold, one sack. Awesome.
But
you got to highlight the entirety of the offensive line.
Right.
But early on, Garrett Bradbury and Ed Ingram could be factored in here as well. They did struggle. Dexter Lawrence was getting some early push on the run game and against and kind of in the pass game as well. It's just another game. And that was the big concern. Like everyone said, the biggest concern, our offense versus their defense, is going to be, can Garrett Bradbury and Ed Ingram hold up in the middle of that line against Dexter Lawrence? And Dexter Lawrence came out hot, took advantage of those two early on. We basically quieted him down near the end, but the interception was him getting in there, getting pushed, getting his hand up, and getting Sam Darnold on the arm, so the ball kind of fluttered there. Trent Sherfield probably should have just tried to knock it down instead of going for the catch, but man, offensive line wise, overall, yes, you're happy about it, but the two players that we were the most concerned about in Garrett Bradbury and Ed Ingram showed us why we should be concerned about those two. There's really no better options, at least not until Reisner gets back. But yeah, overall not great. Yeah, Burns, Lawrence. Yeah, Lawrence was, like you said, Lawrence was early. Later on, it kind of, it did kind of settle down a little bit. He had the interception, he kind of forced the interception, but we do need to see a little more consistency out of Bradbury and Ingram. We'll see if that happens.
Yeah. And like you were saying, like the whole offensive line looked good. And I know that bogus. Yeah, dude, I felt like that didn't look that bad of a holding call either. But
there's a couple, there's questionable penalties all over yesterday. It was kind of insane.
And it's going to happen. But no, I think, I mean, the offensive line, Darius saw Brian O'Neill playing. I mean, that we knew what we were getting from them. Blake Brandel, I think I'm never really good at like really paying attention to other than when there's like a bad play when it comes to offensive line. But Blake Brandel wasn't talked about at all the entire game, which is generally good. And to find out like that's how good he was, a 91 grade or whatever it was, that's huge, man. I mean, one player in that interior, if we can get one good player there, that's significant. And I think Bradbury, he had a really tough task. Obviously, we know what Bradbury is. I think he can hold his own against, lesser talent. Again, and he's playing a top 3 tackle in the entire NFL, and the only player on that team yesterday that gave us any issues at all. But it did suck to see Bradbury and Ingram getting blown up on that one play and hurting Sam Darnold's stats because, later down in the year, it will just look like a statistic. Right. That's the big difference when people want to talk about watching film compared to stats is that, day of right now, everybody knows that interception was kind of BS, but later down, it's like nobody looks at it like that. Now you just have an interception. And Sam Darnold would have probably had arguably the best QBR this past weekend without that happening. So that's kind of annoying that even played happen. But hey, again, giving away the Jordan Addison rookie card. Get the hashtag Skols in the comments, like the videos, all that good stuff. Let's keep rolling here, though, with our last winner of this game, or our last big winner. We did 3 winners, so we didn't go too deep. Obviously, if you're doing the poll, you guys already have an idea, and that's Andrew Van Ginkel. What an absolute monster signing by Brian Flores. Obviously, played with him before, but, dude, massive stud, comes in and right away. I mean, I think he got a tackle for a loss, right? I mean, I was literally texting Casey every single time. I'm like, okay, like I forgot exactly how it went, but I know it was like in the beginning, it was like, okay, Andrew Van Ginkel, pay him now, like extend him 5 more years right away. That was early.
Now, yep.
That was after the sack. After the tackle for the loss, and we're not even talking about the 94 or the 96 coverage grade or whatever, which is absolutely ridiculous on top of this. And then obviously the pick 6. After that, I was like, okay, just retire number 43. But him coming in here was monster. Super exciting to see what he did. But what was your thoughts on Andrew Van Ginkel?
Yeah, and this is one of those guys, like I was happy about the signing because obviously I knew he was a Brian Flores guy. So I knew if Brian Flores is bringing him here, it's for a reason. I know you were really like you said that you thought this would be the underrated signing of the entire offseason. And so far it's playing out that way. He's doing everything that we thought he would do in a Brian Flores offense. That interception was awesome. The only negative I have with Andrew Van Ginkel is that he was a stupid Badger. But you can't hold that against him. It got him to the league, and he played really, really well. And the thing I like to see out of Flores is he got really creative with defense. Like on that, it was a 3rd and long, and I think we had Van Ginkel, Grenard, Pat Jones, and Dallas Turner all up there, and they are your front 4.
Yeah,
that's super cool to see him do that. And they all got a little piece of it where Van Ginkel got the sack or got the interception. Dallas Turner got his first sack. Pat Jones got 2 sacks, and I think I saw Dylan mention it earlier. Where yes, Grenard didn't stuff the stat sheet. He actually had no tackles, and I think he had 1 quarterback hit. But you saw his number and his name around the quarterback causing issues so other guys could make plays. So, Grenard, like you said, it's a stat. It's not going to show up on the stat sheet. Grenard played really, really well. Jihad Ward had some action in there as well. So, and the defensive interior, just lumping it all together with how good Van Ginkel was, that defensive interior looks solid as well. So, yeah, very good showing by the defense. All led by Andrew Van Ginkel. He has to be what you'd call the defensive player of this game.
Not even a
little bit of everything. So
he should get defensive player of the week.
He should. He honestly,
nobody did that. Nobody did what he did. His
pass defense, interception, touchdown. Like he if he doesn't get defensive player of the week, we riot. There's something wrong.
Yeah, we riot. No, dude, insane. And he has just a Harrison Smith, just the white quiet kid that's just a monster on the field.
Like he doesn't.
He's so quiet. He looks stoic as hell.
He doesn't want the camera to be on him. You can tell. Like during even his introductory press conference, he's kind of like the sitting like, and you like that, like just quiet off the field. But when you get on the field, you are an absolute monster. Which you did mention Harrison Smith. He also had an interception this game.
Right.
Played really well. So I was very impressed by the defense, and I think we'll talk about the defense a little more in depth a little bit later on. But I guess his last thoughts on Andrew Van Ginkel. Amazing. Super fun to see what he can be in this Brian Flores defense. We knew there was a reason why Brian Flores brought him here, and we're starting to see it. And
Dallas Turner getting that sack beast, and I know I mean it's just week 1, but I owe Patrick Jones apology getting 2 sacks because I put him on the bubble going into preseason, and he stepped up in a big way, and he put multiple pressures and obviously those couple sacks. And then Tillery looked good. I mean, there's even including one of the Patrick Jones sacks where Patrick Jones like overran it or whatever and then came back, but he was able to end up getting the sack on Daniel Jones because of Tillery's pressure. And Tillery is someone that I wasn't even really trying to watch for him, and he stuck out to me a couple times. So that's really big because we needed something like that significantly. And we saw a little bit of Taki, which was really cool. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see any LDR or
which
McLeod.
I thought was strange. I thought it was strange.
And McLeod. I mean, I guess McLeod's not as strange. Yeah.
But LDR seemed a little bit odd that he was inactive, but
But yeah, overall, obviously super great defensive performance, especially from or on top of that, from Van Ginkel, but then Brian Flores just bringing on the pressure and just the crazy secondary and all that kind of stuff. But great stuff. What's going on, George? Christian McCaffrey's out for game tonight. Means he'll probably be 100%. Hopefully not. Just come on, give him one more. I think he needs one more week, especially if we don't have Jordan Addison.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyways, keep going here because next we've got what we think is our top 3 plays of the game here. Let me switch back to this view. So our top 3 plays, obviously, I think we probably all can agree on some of them. One thing I do want to actually bring up real quick is that poll. What do we look like on here? So we got Sam Darnold. So I asked who is the player of the game. Sam Darnold, 67%. We got Aaron Jones, 7%, and Andrew Van Ginkel with 27%, and 0 other. I think this was an easy one this week. There's 3 very obvious players, which, I don't know. It's a good game, and we're going to see. Actually, we'll see 2 of them in this one. But let's go through our top 3 plays of this game, starting with number 3, and that is
4th down and 2 for the Vikings. Darnold throws.
Too easy.
It is caught for a touchdown by Jefferson.
Obviously, Justin Jefferson's going to come into this game and grab a touchdown. It wasn't a huge play. There wasn't anything outside of 2 really, really, really big, nice plays that we'll talk more in specific in a second here. But outside of those ones, nothing really came off. Aaron Jones had a couple other big runs. It was kind of between Aaron Jones touchdowns and Justin Jefferson. I think if we were able to I wasn't able to find like a closer look at the Justin Jefferson touchdown, but Banks was like all over him on that, and Justin Jefferson just muscled through him and ended up getting a touchdown, which was huge because that was 4th down, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, that was 4th down. Huge clutch. Put that in, and on top of that, of course, give credit to Sam Darnold there just for knowing it's 4th down. You get that ball to Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. And give credit to Kevin O'Connell. Like they said this was our first 99-yard touchdown drive since 2008, I think, right? And I know the guys on the Power Trip Morning Show are talking about this morning. Like, you made it 90-some yards. This Giants offense has done nothing against you. Be aggressive. Go out there and try to score. Worst case scenario, Daniel Jones on offense has the ball at their own 2-yard line. They're not going to drive 98, 90, 97, 98 yards on you to score a touchdown. So love the aggressiveness from Kevin O'Connell. Love just the idea, like just knowing where you're at in this game and how the game has gone so far. Just to know if we don't get this, we're going to be just fine. But trusting your guys to go get it. I know some people said it was an excellent play call because I think I read some more on Twitter today that it looked like, from a defensive perspective, it looked like it was set up to be a fade to the back corner of the end zone.
Yeah.
And Jefferson ran that route. Like you said, Banks was on him. Darnold just makes a nice aggressive throw, slings it in there. JJ comes down with it. Textbook, beautiful. Kevin O'Connell was in his bag yesterday. Awesome play.
Let's go. And talking about Kevin O'Connell being in his bag, this is one of my favorite plays I've seen since of him being one of my favorite plays I've probably ever seen from the Vikings. But this one here, right after it happened, I was like, it's so perfect. And we'll get into the reason why after this.
Darnold, pump fake, throws, end zone, touchdown.
Jalen Naylor, wide receiver 2 at that point, beast, comes in here, has himself a touchdown. I think that was his one catch. But just the lead up to that play, back-to-back big runs by, I think it was, I don't know if it was a pass and run or 2 runs by Aaron Jones, setting up the perfect time for some sort of play action. Obviously, you brought Ty Chandler back in there, putting him to the right of Sam Darnold with the fake handoff. And then you have Justin Jefferson moving to the sidelines where it looks like he's going to get.
They started him in the backfield too, didn't they?
In the backfield, yeah, they had him go around. So you didn't know what's going on. Like, is it going to go to Ty Chandler? Is it going to be a wide receiver screen? Yeah. So everybody's thinking like right after an Aaron Jones just tore your defense up. Like that's perfect. So you got everybody looking at Justin Jefferson. You have to worry about the run because the last time they kept the defense was sleeping on the run. They thought it was a pass, and that's why Aaron Jones got so many yards. And then obviously just leaving Justin Jefferson's literally taking the eyes off taking the eyes of the defender and letting Jalen Naylor get open for that touchdown catch. But what a beautiful play call, man, and touchdown. I loved it. As soon as I saw that, I was like, dude, Kevin O'Connell, he's the one. He's the one.
Yeah. And I think he's finally going to start. I think if this keeps going, and obviously again, week 1, whatever, but I think if this keeps going, I think Kevin O'Connell is going to start getting some national recognition as being just a really, really good offensive play caller, but also being one of the better head coaches in football.
Yeah, dude. And that one showed there. And it'll be interesting to kind of see what this season keeps going with Sam Darnold. Obviously, everybody knows how Kirk Cousins played. And, hey, if it becomes obvious that Kirk Cousins kind of held this offense back.
Well, I mean, and again, we all knew the mobility concerns of him. Right. Like Sam Darnold had a couple plays that if Kirk is back there, they're probably sacks. So
right.
Sam Darnold showed us a little bit of that mobility too. But anyway,
all right, to the number 1 play from yesterday's game. No, take a second.
Quickly, and it's been really, really tough for the Giants offensively.
Bunch formation to the right. Oh, wow! Kinkles, touchdown! Wow!
Obvious. We talked about this play. That one's pretty easy. I mean, that does not happen a lot. It sounds like Andrew Van Ginkel. I think it was Brian McCain. What's his first name again? Throwing off for a second. Safety McCain. Bobby McCain. I read something today that he was telling everybody that he's going to have like 2 touchdowns this year or whatever, just because he's so instinctual. And it sounds like this is like pretty much exactly what his touchdown looked like. Pick 6 looked like against Sam Darnold in practice. And he just read the screen perfectly. And after having already such a big game, it was crazy just to see him go out there and sniff that out and just get an easy pick 6.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, I think we've kind of talked enough about this one. Andrew Van Ginkel, what a great signing. And you're starting to see the fruits of it. So super pumped to see that. It was a great touchdown. And it much needed too. We were starting to stall a little bit. So just getting that score on defense was huge.
Hey, what's up, Steve? Steve, how we feeling, brother? How we feeling? Luckily, it sounds like Jordan Love should be back within like 4 weeks or so. So you guys got saved there, which is, I don't want anyone getting hurt, but I don't want anyone getting hurt. Anyways, keep going here. We got our top 3 plays, obviously, just to talk about it, go through it one more time. You got the Justin Jefferson touchdown, Jalen Naylor touchdown, and then the pick 6 from Andrew Van Ginkel. We're going to keep going here, though. Van Ginkel has the two fastest interceptions last 2 years. That's one thing I was going to say is I wish someone would have had a stat of what is the fastest pick 6, because it doesn't get much faster than that. I mean, how long was the
goal line?
Yeah, right at the goal line and an interception almost immediately. So what up, George? But yeah, I want to know that. I do want to know that.
For sure. Anyway, moving on.
All right, keep it going. Again, everybody, giving away the Jordan Addison rookie card Phoenix. Get the hashtag Skols in the comments, like the video, and subscribe. All those good things. Keep going. We got another. Oh, that's what he means. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm bad with Packer fans. I can't help it. Even Steve's our guy. Steve's definitely our guy. But
yeah, Steve, hopefully everything's okay with you.
Oh, hey, hey, Steve. Sorry to hear that, brother. That's always tough. Keep going here, though. So we're gonna do something a little bit different. Definitely something we've never done before. Let me get this overlay off.
Jamie bounces us around here. All right, there we go. Oh,
there we go. So this is going to be something interesting. We're going to steal something that you'd probably see in Sports Center in some way or form. We're each going to go through each one of these topics: game ball, start, sit, Sam Darnold hype, question mark, what was week 1 a fluke, and the ceiling of the Vikings defense. We each get 30 seconds to give our thoughts on each one of these, starting with Casey. Let me know when you're ready.
All right, just roll with it. My game ball goes to Sam Darnold. I mean, of all the shit people talked about Sam Darnold coming into this season, like, oh, he's a failed third round pick. He's never going to figure it out. Doesn't matter where he goes. Some people said, oh, when he had bad rosters, whatever. Like, some people didn't want to believe that. But Sam Darnold, 19-24, 208, 2 touchdowns, the 1 interception that wasn't his fault. Operating this Kevin O'Connell defense perfectly. Give Sam Darnold his flowers. MVP Sam Darnold. Let's go.
Hey, let's go. All right, you already went with Sam Darnold, so I'm going to go on the other side of the ball. I am going to go with Andrew Van Ginkel, man. I thought he just set the tone immediately on defense right away. Literally within like the first drive, he had 2 good plays. Obviously that pick 6 was absolutely massive. And when the last time we've seen something like that from one of our players, other than like Harrison Smith's a perfect example of that. And then the 95 coverage grade is insane coming from your outside linebacker who can also rush past.
Okay. Oh, you did it. Good job. You made it. All right.
I started you over. Start and sit. All right. Ready?
Yes. Go. My start obviously is going to be Jalen Naylor because he's going to have to start because Jordan Addison isn't going to play. I'm just kidding. Start somebody else on that offensive line when you can. Ed Ingram ain't going to make it this season. Yeah. Sit. That's a really, really interesting one because everybody played so well other than the 2 interior linemen we talked about. I don't even know who I'd sit in this point. Don't sit anybody. Just keep playing every single person out there. Let them rotate. We ain't sitting anybody on a 1-0 team. You can't.
Who did you pick for your start?
My start was Jalen Naylor because you have to start him.
Jalen Naylor.
And then my other one is
that's a good one. Obviously, man, like right now, I don't know what you do this week, but when Dalton Reisner comes back from injury, I think you do have to look at that, which also leads me to the sit as well with Ed Ingram. Everyone else looked like they played fantastic. I would like to see LDR get on the field and McLaurin get on the field to some extent. Evan Ingram only played like 3 snaps, or Caleb Evans only played 3 snaps, but I would like to see McLaurin in there over him, and I wouldn't be surprised if he takes it over at some point. All right, we keep going. All right, Sam Darnold hype going to Casey.
I already just talked Sam Darnold up, but let's
that's what you get for picking him.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
go.
So do I buy Sam Darnold hype? Yes, absolutely. I absolutely do buy the Sam Darnold hype. As we've all said, we've seen this in the past with quarterbacks who failed on teams that weren't as talented. Baker Mayfield on some of his teams, Geno Smith at some point. And all they got to do is get to a team that the coaching staff is going to have confidence in him. He's going to be with the right coaches, the right team around him, and a great atmosphere. And he has all of that with Minnesota. Sam Darnold hype is real. Watch out. He's going to prove it this week as well.
Hey, let's go. All right. Sam Darnold hype for me. I'm going to say, yes, I buy it. I want to see him against difficult teams. I do give him some credit and the offensive line against a Giants defensive front that is really good. And I know you're going to see, this is going to be a huge test with San Francisco against their defense. And if he can stay stay upright. But I do want to see what happens when he does get under pressure. In this game, there was a couple times he did, and he stood tall. So I'm excited to see what happens next.
Sweet. All right. Was week 1 a fluke? And go. TBD, ask me at the bye week. But I just think that there's as we talked about coming into the season, the only concern people had with this team was the quarterback play. There is so much talent on both sides of the ball that I don't know how people projected this team being a 6-win team, only if Sam Darnold was awful. And neither of us thought Sam Darnold was going to come into this season with this coaching staff and be awful. So was week 1 a fluke? It's still to be determined, but I think this team is talented enough to prove that they can play this week in, week out, even against the toughest competition.
Facts. Hey, Smokey in the building, my guy. Who got the victory. Sam Darnold comeback player of the year. Hey, sounds like it could be. All right. Anyways, was this week a fluke? I agree with you. I don't think it was a fluke because I never thought we were going to be bad. I thought we should come in here and beat the Giants. And like you said, the 6.5 win loss from Vegas was completely disrespectful. There's a lot of teams having us in like the bottom 5 for power rankings and definitely in the 20s. And I thought that was totally wrong. I think this team has all the talent to be a contender. It just comes down to Sam Darnold, and he played well. And if he keeps doing that, then I think we're legit. All right. Finally, king of the 2024 defense.
24 defense. I got to get that timer restarted. And go. Again, it's kind of a TBD situation because we saw what we thought we were going to see from Brian. He finally got all the pieces he wants on this defense, and we saw what he was able to do with it, but it was against a much inferior team. Next week, maybe no Christian McCaffrey, but you got Brock Purdy. There's talented receivers all over that team. So we'll see what they do against a team like that. Then I think Houston's going to be the real test. 3 really good receivers, a young quarterback, Joe Mixon there, who went absolutely off. In the next couple weeks, we'll know the ceiling of this defense, but I think they have a chance to be top 10.
Okay. And I'm going to double down with you on the top 10 after seeing last week with Brian Flores and the new pieces, talking about Andrew Van Ginkel again and Grenard and Dallas Turner and them all creating pressure. I just don't know how teams I like what Brian Flores can get with a little says a lot like last year, but I think we have more this year. And I think we can even, I think at least top 10. I think we could just work our way even further than that up.
All right, so there we have it. Our first ever Skol Gauntlet. That was fun. I like that. I like having to get your thoughts out quickly, even though sometimes it's hard.
Yep. Skol Gauntlet. Yeah, we're going to keep doing those. And we're just, this whole thing with all these segments, we're going to keep doing them and try to figure out a way to make them better and all that good stuff. But let's get back into this stuff over here. Boom. So let me just answer some questions here. I still need to see less turnovers from Sam. Obviously, he only had that one that wasn't really on him, but I do need to see. I do need to see what happens when he does get under pressure a lot, which we're not going to play much more difficult defenses than San Francisco next week. So we get to find out real quick. And then he has a lot of other defenses coming right after that, with Houston having a very solid defense, and then the Jets also, and then the Packers, sorry, Steve, but they're all right. But yeah, so it should be interesting to see that. Guys really need to talk about the Vikings strength and conditioning. Nutrition staff of our team are getting beat up too much.
Yeah, there is an unusual amount of injuries the last couple of years. So I don't know. Again, I don't really know what that all comes down to. I mean, obviously I am not a sports science guy, but or a strength conditioning guy either, but
hopefully they're using more than just machines. Like when we were getting, I think it was, I don't know, it was probably like 10 years ago where they fired everybody because they were all using only machines and were getting hurt all the time. And then they brought someone in who would use like free weights and stuff. So I'm not sure what's going on there now. But
they probably got to have state-of-the-art stuff.
That defense looked top 5. Dude, if it's just think a couple years ago, we all were talking about, like, imagine if we just had a top 20 defense, because we're always sitting in the bottom. And yeah, we don't have Kirk Cousins anymore, but I wasn't really that scared about that. So it's like, we have all the talent. Honestly, you could argue we even are more talented than a couple years ago when we mentioned that we needed at least a top, if we had a top 10, 20 defense, we'd be a contender. So there's a chance anything is possible this season. After a win like that, it just shows you what we have here, including on defense.
I think we need to coin the term Sam VP for the rest of the season.
Sam VP.
Sam VP Darnold. That's
Sam VP
where we're going
Darnold.
with the rest of the season.
At least for now.
Sure.
Way too many young Vikings keep getting hurt. I just want to mention if I was the Wolves, every training staff position under review. There is a lot of ankle injuries and stuff. I would say, yeah, I don't know. I something is up. I don't know how significant it is compared to other teams, but we need Jordan Addison out there. Luckily, we don't have any other JJ McCarthy, but JJ McCarthy, was also during that game. But
new punter, Ryan Wright did not look good yesterday. He had one nice.
He could have been on the down,
but then he had a couple of shanks. He needs to take some kicking lessons from Will Reichert and just don't miss.
Yeah. Which Will Reichert didn't get a field goal attempt, but he had all his extra points, which is great after
for Vikings fans. That's step one of all we can ask for.
We take that. Andrew Van Geek, what a name is.
That's
true. Dude, his picks. That dude's a stud, man. Sure. He's a stud. We're in good hands with him.
So obviously, we're all pumped with what we saw from this team against the Giants. But again, and I think the thing that we all do have to kind of come back down to earth with is it was just the Giants. So this week, I guess looking forward to the game against the 49ers. Like what we saw, again, you're pumped with what you saw week one. But if you want to feel validated in your thoughts, and this team wants to feel validated that week one wasn't a fluke, which, I mean, obviously none of the guys on the team are thinking that, right? Like they all know what they can do when they're all playing at their best.
Right.
I think we're going to have a really good feel for how this team is on the field, but also the mentality of this team next week. Because obviously they're going to get punched in the mouth a couple times by the 49ers defense and offense. How will they respond? How will they respond if when Deebo Samuel, takes a little swing pass and runs for 50 yards? How are they going to respond on defense? How are they going to respond if Sam Darnold takes a couple sacks? Maybe he has a turnover. Maybe someone else has a turnover. How are they going to respond against a team that's not just going to let you have your way with them like the New York Giants did? And that's what I'm super excited to see against this Niners game. Again, you're here after this week, but you want to be here after next week. And it's going to be like, if you wanted a better test to prove whether or not week one was legit, you have it. Week two, your home opener. And let's be honest, we did not play well at home last year. So this is going to be the test. If we come out and even if we lose this game by a tight margin and we play really, really well, or we come out and we win this game, I think you're going to hear a lot of Vikings fans change their tune about how this season's going to go. And I think they can do it. I think Vikings fans are going to show up loud and proud at home. Let's go.
Early predictions, Vikings winning.
For this week. I just want to get to Sunday now, but I really don't, because there's a lot to happen before Sunday. Including
Skol Fest, Saturday, September 14th at the Corner Bar. Everybody in here got to go. Young Smokey, you got to make your way up north for a home opener and get to Skol Fest, because this shit is going to be crazy this year. I know it's going to be crazy. We all know it's going to be crazy. We feel pretty confident that after this year, we're going to be looking ways how do we get bigger spaces and things like that. So I'm super pumped about that. Like Casey said, though, this is a huge test after a big game against the Giants. Obviously, this is a game I don't think the Vikings are going to go into feeling too high against a team that just went to the Super Bowl. So I think that they're going to be locked in for this game. And overall, man, I'm just so excited that we beat the Giants the way they did, so we could go into this weekend with some optimism, go into Skol Fest with some optimism, and on Sunday, walk into that stadium, US Bank Stadium, as a group with all my boys and girls in the chat here, and go watch this game and hopefully see the Vikings beat a good team. And like Smokey says, I am on a little losing streak as it comes to going to sporting events. I haven't seen a Viking. The last 3 games I went to, the Vikings have lost. The last 4 Twins games I've went to, they've lost. So we got to start getting the positive vibes back up for me going to sporting events so I can actually start going again. Vikings need to pull this one off. Let's go. Again, guys, pretty quick here. We're going to do one more thing, and then we're going to give away this card. So get the hashtag Skols in the comments, like the video, and subscribe, all that good stuff. So this year we did get a deal with, I'm sure you all see in the upper left-hand corner, with Underdog. So we're going to do a couple Underdog things. We do want to try to figure out a way to come up with something. If some of you guys in the comments can join us, and here is one idea that I do have, and it should be quick and easy. I'm going to show you what we got here. Let me bring this up. Boom. All right, let me change off.
But if you guys aren't on Underdog yet, make sure to go download the app, sign up, and use that code right up here, code GG Sports.
Yeah,
Jamie, what do they get? What do they get if they use?
if you sign up with our code, they'll match your money up to $1,000 depending on how much you want to do. Up to you. No pressure, nothing like that. But this is gonna. Hey, what's going on? Skol, so lead the Viking. Let's go. You're back, my guy. Thank you. Anyways, yeah. So if you sign up, you can get a match to 1,000. But I research picks on these every single day, and we do a really good job with those. And we're going to be doing that on our channel as well. But this thing is a really cool game that so far we've looked at, and I think is a lot of fun. And we're going to do a quick one here just so you all can kind of see what it's all about here. Let me get this background. Let me change it. There we go. Hold on 1 second. I want like this.
Hey, let's go.
That's what we want. Already did match my 100 on under. Already did match my 100. Okay. Hey, but let's roll this through here. So what we're going to try to do, they have this draft thing on here, and we were going to try to do a main slate one. This one's really early, so we're going to do tonight's game. So if Adam's in here, this should be interesting. So it's a three-person, like a fantasy draft type of deal here. So I'm going to jump into this one right away, and we'll kind of see what happens. So we got 2. So we're going to be doing this draft together. So we all need some help here to see who. All right, it's filled. I want to do a main slate one, but this is something that I want to try to implement on this show. If we can get a whole group, you can do private ones of these, and we can get our whole group together and do one of these things. And I do think once we get to that point, I would probably give the winner. It can be as cheap as $3 up to like $50 or $100. But then I would do a larger giveaway, and then whoever was able to come in first place, we would end up giving the winner some sort of prize, probably a better card or something like that. But let's kind of see how this thing rolls out here. So we got draft starts in 26 seconds. We got third pick. So obviously you could see Breece Hall at the start. McCaffrey's out.
So this is actually like a draft.
This is like a draft, 6-round draft.
Cool.
Yeah. So this is cool. This is really cool.
Yeah.
And I think this would be something that would be cool to implement this on this show. And we can all do this as a group, but we got to baby step it. But first off, I'm going to show you what this is all about first. I know we're not going to get Hall. They're going to pick Hall for sure. I think they're going to pick Hall. Cool. Garrett Wilson could be a good pick. I think, we need a quarterback, right? I wonder if this is probably, it's a super flex. So you must not need to get a quarterback. But I don't know. What are you thinking? I think we go Aaron Rodgers on this one.
You think?
What do you guys think?
I don't know. Debo.
Carson Wentz.
Carson
Wentz got 24.
Where do you think that Mason's going to go in this thing? Is he going to go? Probably.
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question. We should actually look him up. Maybe we got back-to-back picks here
in a row, so we could just snag him now.
Do you think we pass? I've never done these super flexes ones, so I don't know how important quarterback is.
Oh, we're almost done though. We got to hurry.
I'm gonna go Debo.
Yep.
Oh, did they auto pick for us? I guess we're going with Purdy gang. Gang.
Oh boy.
All right, we're going back. I say we kind of be sneaky with. I say we go Debo here.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's go Debo.
Pull up, quarterback, receiver. Don't hate it.
So let me pick him. There we go. So now let's see if Mason goes. If he doesn't,
he will. Right?
We got a lot of picks in front of us here, though.
But there's still a lot of names out there.
Hey, Purple Papa, welcome in, dude. It's been a minute, man. I know. I wish we would have got Breece Hall. Jordan Mason's still out there because he's a bona fide guy, right?
Hill probably goes next, right?
Debo overrated. He is kind of overrated. It was between him and Ayuk. There isn't a lot of choices here.
I figured he'd go. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And then Kittle. Okay.
I don't even know much about Moody.
God, now what?
This is going to be a tough one. I think this is one where we did not want to get third pick.
Yeah. Well, then plus we also took Brock Purdy with that first pick. So,
that could be. It
should be all right. Sneaky here. Mike Williams, maybe.
Yeah. What's with this Jake Moody?
The kicker.
Oh wow. Yeah.
We have 5 seconds, by the way.
Yep, I'm with you. I think we go with Mike Williams here. Man, this is quick. This is kind of tough.
And like you don't really have a lot to choose from. So we don't have a running back, so that hurts a little. But because I know how you feel about your running backs.
Did we not get a? There it is. So this is only 4. So generally when you do these, you get, it's like a regular draft where you have to get 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and a tight end or whatever.
That's for a full slate.
Yeah. So I didn't really know what to expect for one game, which I should have realized. But that's why I'm like, I don't know, a quarterback should be good. If you were to do a DraftKings or whatever, like you generally want a quarterback on your as one of your choices. So we might be all right here. I do wish we would have gotten Mason somehow. Maybe we would pick him over Debo. And then we did end up getting Moody, but he's going to get like 10 field goals. And then Mike Williams, obviously Mike Williams is he's a good wide receiver. And now he has Aaron Rodgers, and plus he has Wilson on the other side of him. So this should be an interesting one. Although overrated, Debo, yeah, he gets a lot of touches. And honestly, I think the only reason why I do think he's overrated, but I think the reason why he mostly is because he always gets injured. And if he can stay healthy this entire game and get a lot of touches even behind the line of scrimmage, especially with Moody out in this or with McCaffrey out, this is a game that you might even see a little bit more Debo than Mason, or maybe not more, but like you're going to see more Debo than usual because you don't have McCaffrey out there. So, hey, this could be a good one. Next week when we come back, we're going to see how we did on this. And I do want to try to do a main slate, but it takes a while to fill up since it literally is Monday. But we'll see how that all goes.
For sure.
Hey, right. Yeah, what's up? Skol Fest, let's go this weekend. So I
guess get into that giveaway now, huh?
Yep. So everybody in here, giving away the Jordan Addison rookie card. Get the hashtag Skols in the comments, like the video, and subscribe. All that good stuff. Get it in.
Are we doing the duck race, or are we just doing a classic?
We'll do a duck race. Well, here I'll ask. You guys can.
We do have about what, 14 minutes till the game starts tonight. So
yeah, we'll be quick.
On the horizon.
No, we don't pass up duck races if that's what people want. Other than Too Evil, no. Too Evil, I'm still working on that marbles thing. All right, we'll see. Boom. We'll make it quick. What's that?
I said, what's yours?
Zachary Olsen, welcome in, dude. Getting them hashtags in. Let's go. Of course, only rules. Got to be subscribed. Like the video if you haven't already.
Well, it looks like Duck Race kind of won in a landslide pretty early, so let's roll.
All right, Duck Race it is. Let me get this up real quick.
One of you that voted no, I guess you just don't like fun. I'm kidding.
I wonder who it was. Too Evil.
When you guys find a mini. I live here. I'm not flying anywhere.
I fly Thursday night. Oh, all crazy right here. So I'm going to have to do it differently. Share screen, Chrome. There we go. All right, 5. So anyone that's not done the duck races, we pick 5 names. Got to be here to make it to the duck race. We're starting right away here with 3, 2, 1. Boom. Let me get this duck race going at the same time. Who we got? And it is Skol Mafia. I don't know if Skol Mafia is still in here. It's been a minute. Oh, he is right here.
He just commented literally 10 seconds ago.
Skol Mafia, let's go. First one in here. Let's keep it rolling. Boom, drawn again. Who we got next? Who do we got next? And it is Russell. Russell, are you still in here?
I think it's been a minute. Just keep rolling, and if he pops up, toss him in.
All right, Russell, if you're in here, man, let us know. Let's keep it going. And we've got 3. Two-tone. Two-tone, are you still in?
He was in a little bit ago. Hey, Norspheus, welcome in.
Hey, Nors, what's up?
Two-tone is here.
Two-toned. All right, I'm going to keep it rolling. No Russell yet?
No Russell yet.
All right, what we got? Boom. Roger.
Roger.
Is Roger in here still? I'll keep rolling. Roger, let us know. Roger's been in. I swear Roger wins it, makes it every time.
We got Steve. We got Roger. Not Steve. Got the wrong name. Sorry, Steve.
And FT Maddie. FT Maddie, are you in here? Young Smokey, we still have a couple spots to fill. Did we?
I haven't seen Roger. Haven't seen.
We've seen Roger.
Russell.
We've seen Roger.
Oh, did we?
Yep.
Oh, we did. Okay.
So we have Roger. I don't. Oh, FT Maddie.
Is that 4?
Sorry, Russell. We're gonna have to keep on rolling here. Hey, what's going on, D Will? All right, let's keep on moving. Boom. Let's go. Who's going to be the last one? Got to be here, though. That's the one rule. Got to be here. And this one is Darren.
Gary did say earlier that he thought Darren was going to pull off the win tonight. So, Gary, so far.
Darren, are you still in? I know Darren's usually in here. Give him a second. We'll give our guy a second. Gary called it. Come on, Darren, you can't win this. You can't not be here after Gary calls it. So that means I wonder if he doesn't get it, I wonder if whoever wins this time will end up taking it instead.
Maybe. Also tonight looks like we did pick up 3 more new subscribers. So anybody that did hit that sub button, if you hadn't been already, we appreciate that.
Dude, thank you all.
A lot of content going on this season, so you're not a
lot of content live. Yeah, in our live. This is the beginning of the live streams, but hopefully we can really dial it in and create something cool for everybody. That's the goal.
I don't know. Oh boy.
All right, sorry, Darren. You're our guy. You're our guy for sure. But rules are rules, and we got to keep going here. Which means Jordan Addison, rookie card, the next person with a chance.
Oh, Russell's
in here? All right, we're going 6. Sorry, guys. We got to go 6. If you're still in here. Russell's in here. Bob, if you're in here, we'll go 6.
Oh, now there's Darren. Oh, my God.
And
everybody's
all right, guys, I'm sorry, but this is going to go here. You know what? We're going to bring in another Jordan Addison rookie card, and the first two places get these cards. This will be first place. This will be second place. That's how we're doing this. So Darren, you're in. Who else?
Bob, if Bob's here, maybe let's wait a little extra long though, since we jumped the gun the last couple.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So we have. Oh yeah, I forgot to put Russell in here. Russell, no, I'm gonna go one more. Why not? While we wait for Bob. Bob, I don't know if he's still in here, but we'll go another one. I mean, I'm adding 2 cards, so we can have a couple more in here. First 2 win. Boom. Too evil. Are you in here? Too evil and Bob Swede.
Give him 10 seconds. Oh, there's Too Evil.
Too evil.
He is here.
All right, how many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. We're going to close it down after that one.
6 is a nice round number, unless we hear from Bob.
We got 7. We got 7. Do you think
7?
we can go one more?
Oh, 7's you can't stop at 7. It's an ugly
we got to have a round number. Okay, one more. And if Bob jumps in, then this is all crazy. Let's see what we got here. Let's go. Adam. I haven't seen Adam in a while. Adam, are you in here? My boy Smokey was close on that one. Adam's already won. Adam's a 49ers fan, and he's won some of my best cards.
If Adam doesn't answer, we can just go 7. It don't matter. Oh, there's Adam. He's here.
Hey, there it is. Okay, we're going. pain, man.
Oh, then
Smokey, we're gonna get you. Oh, Bob's here. Now we gotta go one more.
You know what?
Bob's
Let's
here.
put everybody in. Why not?
We gotta go one more because we can't have 9. So we're having 10. First two get it. Everybody jumps back in. Y'all chasing each other to tell you one. George.
I saw him a bit ago, I think.
George is right here.
George is here. All right.
Is he in here?
Oh,
Darn
no.
it, Smokey. You're close, bro.
Hey, George is here. All right.
All right. We got everybody.
Every Monday. Keep trying.
We got it again. Okay, let's all right. Here it goes.
Now we got to shuffle to make sure we get 8 non-lame ducks.
Facts. All right. Boom. Here we go. 10 names. Top 2 get a card here.
You can have up to 100 ducks. Holy moly.
Someday we'll have 100 ducks, 100 of them. But set. All right. Shuffle.
Got to shuffle a couple times. No,
How many?
That's lame.
Wait, that's 2. We got to shuffle 14 times.
14 times?
4. Why do you think? 5, 6.
For Sam Darnold, 14.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Not the best ducks, but we got to do it for Darnold.
Let's roll with it.
Top 2. 3, 2, 1. Boom.
We need Paul Allen to call the duck race.
Let's go. I know. We need Paul Allen for this. And he's loose. Two-toned.
Because if he can call horse races, he can call duck races.
Are you kidding me, George? 2 tones in the lead. George is passing. He's going for it. We still got 20 seconds, so anything can happen. I do see George say Smokey could have his card. We'll see how that goes at the end of this. Top 2 win. Top 2. Skol Mafia's in the lead here. He's slowing down a little bit. You got FT, Maddie, the Pink Hearts. Uh-oh. Adam's coming in. 2 Evil's coming. Oh, they're coming in hot. That's 2 Evil and Adam.
Nope.
And 2 Evil and 2-toned with the wins. Let's go. So, yep, as you can see here, 2-tone.
8 ducks does make it a little more exciting, that's for sure.
2 Evil, 2-tone. First 2 gets the cards. Let's go. 2 Evil just laughs because he just wins every time. He wins so much, and he doesn't even like the ducks, and he just wins. Go this way, why not?
So there you have it. Congratulations to our 2 winners.
Obviously, I got both your guys' information, so I can send you those cards. Actually, I'm going to personally deliver you yours, 2 Evil. And because 2-tone, wait, I'm going to deliver 2-tone. You're going to? I'm delivering it in person. That's just what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because why not? That's what we're doing. Bringing the cards to Skol Fest.
Yeah, for sure. So obviously, Victory Monday, Vikings pull off the 28-6 win in New York. Go to 1-0. Skol Fest this weekend. Lots of really, really exciting stuff to do. Hopefully, if you guys show up if you can. Otherwise, find a nice, comfy spot. Have a couple of drinks watching the game on Sunday. Anything else you wanted to say before we hop off here?
Just Skol Fest this weekend. It's going to be a blast, and hopefully the Vikings are the real deal, and we'll find out as soon as next Sunday all together watching the game. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what this team can really bring. The possibilities feel endless at this point. So let's go.
Absolutely. So thank you everybody for hopping in. And we'll see you guys next time.
Skol Vikes.